Welcome to this presentation with regards to the additive manufacturing market in 2015 by me, Yi Hong. The aims and learning outcomes of this presentation is simple. It's to provide a factual knowledge with regards to the additive manufacturing market in 2015 based on analysis reports. The learning outcomes are to be able to recall the market leaders in additive manufacturing, to be able to recall one or two challenges when implementing additive manufacturing. To begin this presentation, I would like to tell you about the global market of additive manufacturing based on the report by EY Global 3D Studies. They segment the market into two portions. The first portion is on the 3D printing system manufacturers, and the second portion is based on 3D printing service providers. So the market leaders for the system manufacturers are Stratasys and 3D System. In my opinion, I think both companies have a very strong position in the 3D printing polymer market. Stratasys is known for its PolyJet technology, its FDM technology. 3D System is known as like the founder of additive manufacturing because they developed the SLA technology. They also have a system that's very similar to the PolyJet technology. However, I believe they use wax as support instead of polymer, so it's quite novel as well. Next, for the market share of the service providers, we have Materialise. I think Materialise stands out in this list of service providers. Their main product that I find very useful is their Magic software. I think their Magic software allows you to repair the STL files that you need to fix before you send them to the 3D printing machines. So it's a very useful software. It also helps you to design the supports that you need in additive manufacturing. Other companies that are not listed in this market share but are very notable, I've included are HP, Organovo, Amcor, EnvisionTech, CMAC, Beijing Teartime, and Renishaw. So yeah. Next, I want to tell you about the market value of additive manufacturing. I think in 2015, Wallace report stated that the market is worth $5.1 billion. By 2020, they expect that the industry to surpass $21 billion. So that's a 4 times increase. So the global economy is worth about 70 trillion globally, and the manufacturing accounts for about 15%, which roughly equates to about 10 trillion. So you can see that there is a great difference between what the current additive manufacturing market is as compared to the global manufacturing economy. So yeah. So now that we know from the previous slide that the additive manufacturing market in 2015 was 5.1 billion, let's take a closer look at what this 5.1 billion consists of. So basically it can be split once again to additive manufacturing products and additive manufacturing services. You can see that currently the additive manufacturing services has a larger revenue as compared to additive manufacturing product. I think this is because that there are actually many pre-processing, post-processing or machining that has to be done to the 3D printed part for the 3D printed part to be usable currently. So that is why. Additionally, I want to note that the additive manufacturing materials sales is worth about $0.7 billion. Yeah. So looking closer at the additive manufacturing material sales of the $0.7 billion that was spent on materials, 85% of it was spent on polymer, 12% of it was spent on metals. I think this trend will be changing because in the next point it said that in 2016 nearly half of all service providers surveyed are running additive manufacturing systems that produce metal parts. So I think the demand for metallic material for 3D printing will increase. So supporting what I said, I think the market report by Wallace 2016 also state that the revenue for metallic materials in AM grew by 80% in 2015, up from 2014, and likewise the revenue for polymer only grew 17.9% in 2015 as compared to 2014. So you can see that the demand for metallic materials is increasing. However, I wouldn't go so far to say that the market for polymer AM will vanish or decrease or somewhat, because I think currently the trend is on metallic additive manufacturing. I think once the system manufacturers develop at metal additive manufacturing and manage to capture the main bulk of the industry, I think focus will be placed back on polymer additive manufacturing as well. So yeah. So next I want to present some global surveys on additive manufacturing technology by EY Global 3DP Study. So the first point is that in general, about 24% of companies perceive that 3D printing is an important topic and have experience with the technology. However, despite all the hype about additive manufacturing technology, it's important to note that in the survey in general, 3D printing products only account for 2% of the revenue for companies. However, it's also nice to note that about 26% or 55% of the companies expect to produce end products with 3D printing in the next 5 years. So I think the prospect of 3D printing looks at least good in the next 5 to 10 years, I'll say. Next, the survey showed that in general, demand for metallic materials and metallic additive manufacturing machine is high. The pie chart on the right which asked which technology would companies most likely purchase if they were to expand their additive manufacturing capacity. In summary, the pie chart simply shows that there is equal demand in polymer and metallic 3D printers for the companies. So which industry actually demands metal 3D printers? Based on the survey, the demand for metal 3D printed products are led by the mechanical and plant engineering, automotive, aerospace, and electronic industries. I think based on the graph, you can also see that the main materials are standard or high performance alloy, and tool steel actually comprise of a pretty large percentage of the demand for metal materials. So next we have a survey on additive manufacturing. It says like what are the hurdles when implementing 3D printing. So number one is the high cost of machine. Second, lack of qualified expertise, high cost of materials and services. So yeah. So in summary, I hope this presentation gave you a brief glimpse of the additive manufacturing market in 2015. Whether is it the market leaders, is it the total sales or total revenues from additive manufacturing products and services, and give you some market survey with regards to additive manufacturing. I think one point to note is because that I study metallic additive manufacturing, I might be a bit biased to the metallic sector. So yeah, do take that into consideration. So like I said, other sources for 3D printing market kind of report, there is the State of 3D Printing 2017 by Sculpteo, their third annual report on 3D printing and digital manufacturing. So yeah, take a look at their report. So the references used in this presentation are EY's Global 3D Printing Report 2016, the Wallace Report 2015 and 2016. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this presentation and thank you very much for watching.